All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to look at a super quick and really powerful way to share folders on any Windows computer using nothing but the command prompt. So you can forget about clicking through all those menus that seem to change with every update. We're going to learn the Pro method.
You know that feeling, right? You go to share a folder and the share button has moved again? It's a classic frustration with the Windows graphical interface. It's just a moving target.
But there is a much better way, the command line. It just doesn't change. It's stable, it's predictable, and it's way more efficient. You just need one window, and once you know the command, it's perfect for scripting and automating things. This is exactly why the pros stick with it.
So here's our game plan. We'll quickly cover why this method is so great, get our initial setup done, run the 2 key commands, and then, of course, we'll prove it all works by connecting to our brand new share.
So let's talk a little more about that advantage. You can think of this as an investment. The commands we're about to learn, they're timeless. They've been a core part of Windows forever, and they're not going anywhere. If you master this once, you're set, no matter what crazy new interface comes along.
Okay, first things first, we need to lay the groundwork. Before we can share anything, we need 2 key ingredients. 1, a folder to actually share, and 2, a dedicated user account so we can control who gets in. This is all about security.
We're going to do this with 2 really simple commands. First up, mkdir c:john. That just makes a new folder for us called John right on the C drive. Easy. Second, net user John 123/add. This one creates a new local user, also named John, and gives him the password 123.
Now you might be asking, why a whole new user? And this is absolutely crucial for security. You never, ever want to use your main administrator account for network shares. Creating a separate, non-admin user like this just minimizes any potential security risk to your machine. It's a best practice.
All right, our folder is ready, our user is ready. It's time for the first major step. We're going to create the network share itself. This is the command that actually makes the folder visible to other computers on your network.
And the command is net share. Let's break this down real quick. We're calling the share John. Then we're telling Windows that share points to the c:john folder we just made. And that last part, grant, we're giving our user, also named John, full control over that network share.
So you hit enter, and you get this beautiful message. Share John was shared successfully. Awesome! Looks like we're all done. Time to celebrate, right?
Well, not so fast. See, if you tried to connect right now, you'd slam into a really frustrating access denied error. This is the hidden trap, the classic gotcha that trips up almost everyone. But don't worry, we're about to solve it.
And that brings us to the most important piece of this whole explainer, understanding and solving what I call the 2-permission problem. This is the secret sauce. Once you get this, you'll be able to make command line shares work every single time. Here's the deal. Windows security has 2 different layers. The net share command we just ran, it only took care of the first layer, the share permissions. Think of that as the key to the front door of an apartment building. But you still need the key to the actual apartment. That second key is the NTFS permissions. That's what controls who can actually read and write the files on the hard drive. And right now, our user John doesn't have that key.
So how do we give him that second key? We use this command iCalis. This is a super powerful tool that changes the permissions directly on the file system. We're telling it to grant our user John full control. That's what the F is for. And those little OICI flags, that's the magic part. It means any new files or folders created inside will automatically get the same permissions. It's the set it and forget it part of the command. This is the final piece of the puzzle.
And just like that, with that second command, we've nailed it. John now has both keys. He has permission to get in the front door over the network, and he has permission to actually work with the files inside. The share is now 100% functional.
Okay, now for the fun part, the moment of truth. Let's hop over to another computer on the network and prove that our new share works exactly like it's supposed to.
So, you've got 2 main ways to connect. You can either use the IP address of the computer, or you can use its name. Honestly, using the computer name is usually better, especially on home networks where your IP address might change from time to time.
And the process is super simple. Just hit the Windows key and R to pop open the Run box, type in the path to your share. It'll ask you for a username and password, so you'll enter John and 123. Then, to make sure it all works, just try creating a new text file right there in the folder.
And boom! Success!
The new file gets created instantly, no errors. And if you go look at the original computer, you'll see that file sitting right there in the C:john folder. It just works.
So there you have it. You've completely bypassed the graphical menus and mastered the stable, repeatable, professional way to share folders in Windows. This is really just a tiny peek at the power that's waiting for you inside that little black command window. So the real question is, what are you going to automate next?